Hey everyone, this is Anais from L4Dnao.com with the very first live interview. Today we have Visceral from Team Pandemic, formerly of Team Dynamics. Many of you probably know him from his famous Hunter videos up on YouTube, but for those of you who probably don't know, would you mind telling us who you are and what you do?
Hey man, what's going on? I'm Visceral from Left 4 Dead. I play with Team Pandemic. I've played since January, I'd say, competitively speaking, with a team. I started out with E-Rage and the Surgical. We kind of formed up a team with we have Control, a couple members from those guys, and we formed up Dynamics, and we've kind of been going from sponsor to sponsor ever since.
Oh wow, so what happened with the inexorable sponsor? Do you have any clue?
Well, it was just complicated as far as membership. It was beginning to be like some drama show, man. It wasn't like anything professional at all. It felt like I was, with a couple of brothers or, siblings, It wasn't a professional environment, basically. Keep it simple for you.
Okay. So are you working on any new videos?
Yeah, actually, I've already started on my 8th video. I got a couple parts in. I've started on the intro. I'd say it'll probably be done towards the end of the month, maybe a little bit closer to that.
Alright, cool. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to that. But I've noticed that you like to listen to some pretty weird music. Do you actually listen to that music, or is it just for aesthetic value on your videos?
Yeah, it's just for aesthetic value. I don't really listen to that like on my own free time. I find that it fits really well with the game's genre, dark, eerie, the zombie apocalypse, go figure, just something along those lines. I think it fits pretty well.
Yeah, it's definitely dark and eerie. So I'm sure a lot of your fans are wondering, but what software do you like to use for your videos?
That's easy, yeah. I use the Fraps program to record the actual game footage, in-game while I'm playing back the demos. And here's a question I'd also like to answer. I do not play in third person. I've never really have, and it's really hard to do pounces in third person, so you can't really say that it's just something that you do. I can't see anyone doing that, really. I just record the footage like I normally do, playing first person, and then I'll do the playback in third person, and then I'll record it through Fraps, and then the program I use to actually make the footage is Sony Vegas Platinum 9.0, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, it's very true. It's very hard to play in third-person view. I've tried before and I failed completely. So, have you been in the PC or console competitive scene for a while? If so, what is your history?
The console, no. I don't really do consoles. I've been a PC gamer since I'd say roughly 2003 or so. I played this game called Half-Life Deathmatch, and then Adrenaline Gamer came after it. It was like a more advanced version of the game, basically for competitive reasons only. Pretty much that's where you'd go for competing. So I played that since around 2005, 2006, when it was pretty much starting to die, and that's all I've pretty much done, honestly. There's nothing really that I've come from except that, and now Left 4 Dead, which is the game I've really just been playing now.
Oh yeah, and you blew up pretty fast. That's good. So how far do you think the L4D scene will go in terms of esport?
That's a good question. I couldn't tell you really. Right now it's slow. I mean, because of the way the competitive scene's looking, it's been roughly slow. Just seeing how things have gone. People are really complaining about a lot of certain things, especially the way the concept is, competitively speaking. I'd like to see it go further, but we'll just have to see what we can do as far as the community is concerned.
Alright, so in terms of the new maps, what do you think of Dead Air and Death Toll?
Completing the maps as far as the verses, I think that's great. As far as infected side, that's a different story though. A lot of people are complaining about these invisible rooftops. You can they textured them, but you can't get on them. And it's really killing Hunter gameplay as far as being dynamic is concerned. It's hard to get around these rooftops. It's kind of dumb if you think about it. The concept is completely stupid. You can't get around certain things. You have to go like in front of the survivor's path just to get anywhere as a hunter. So it's really messed up as far as what we can work with.
So which config do you prefer, the SIVO pills only or the Cal med packs?
Oh, without a doubt, the SIVO config. Because of the upgrade that it's done and the fact that there's only pills only. it really gives the infected team an idea of just how much damage they've done to the survivors. Um, and it's also pretty fun too. I mean, you don't have to sit and you figure out, okay, who's gonna heal up, who needs a kit. It keeps the survivors moving basically, and that's what we want, a faster paced game, I think.
All right. So next question. How often do you say that you would pub with your friends?
Usually, if I pub, it's with friends, and we'll just try new things out. Like I play with Dog from Area 51 a lot. We try to find out new like crazy wild pounces and little tricks here and there, but just something different. But usually, I only pub if we want to do something like that. Try to figure out different things. So I'd say maybe a couple hours out of the week, maybe.
All right. So not so much. All right. So the next question is, how do you think the game is evolving in terms of strategy and team play?
Well, that's a good question actually, because it's I don't think it's evolving as fast as I'd like it to be, because if you, for example, going into a pub game, a lot of players don't know how to coordinate with each other. There's a lot of miscommunication, and usually that's the fact because they don't know each other, they don't care, they just want to be there to play the game. They're not really there to look to win or to compete with each other. Or, hey, we got to get to the end. Let's all work together. Sometimes you'll find a random group though who does do that, and they work together, which is really nice to see though.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it'll get there. We're getting there as far as working together. I see less dumb mistakes from random players, because the game is starting to evolve, like you said. It's getting to that point where people know how to play. You're getting less people that are just getting in there to grief. I don't really see it as much, honestly. I don't see it at all. At least the past month, I haven't.
Yeah, a lot of people can get some hints off watching some of the videos, especially Surgical's podcast. I noticed a lot of people have been using those things. But here's the next question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Left 4 Dead can ever be taken seriously in large tournaments, such as the World Cyber Games?
Sure, why not? It's just as fun or competitive as any other game out there, especially if you get the right admins that actually know the mechanics of the game and know how this game works. I think it could go really far. I mean, I think it could be taken really serious, because it does have a very team-oriented value to it, and it takes a lot to win in this game. It really does. I mean, you have to be on target and on cue with all your teammates, which I think is more rewarding than just individual, skill.
Oh, I completely agree that one player cannot really carry the team as much as other games, as like say Counter-Strike. But
Exactly.
do you have any tips for new teams and players?
All I can really tell you is get a microphone. That's really important. Communication is the biggest part in this game. Staying tight with your teammates as survivors. Never split up unless the spawns are down, all 4 spawns. That way you can clear ground faster, but you also are aware of the spawn times. Keeping that in mind. As an infected side, attack together. Unless you want to go for like big damage with a hunter and you feel it's the right opportunity, just attack together. Coordinate the attacks. Make sure as far as the boomer is concerned, you always want to save the boomer for a tank fight, because that really causes hell for the survivors if you're using a tank and a boomer together. That's always helpful.
Alright, well, thank you for the tips. Finally, do you have anything you would like to add before you finish?
No, man. Just really enjoy this game. I'd really like to see it, expand more than what it has now. The communities around here really help too, and I'd like to see how all the teams work together to kind of bring this game out and start seeing how this competitive scene will rise. I really hope it rises, to a level that we've never expected.
Yep, exactly. And so do we. We really do. We hope the game expands to a level that everyone can grow to enjoy the game. But thank you for coming in and doing this interview with us, Visceral. This is Anais for L4Dnao.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys.